So, I didn't post for 5 years. And it was one of the best things I could have done for myself. Um, that's a little clickbaity because 2 years ago I started a coffee business, and I started posting like coffee related content on that page for the business to try to grow it, and try to like ease my way back into like making content and stuff. But personally, and on my music page, which is what this is, I didn't post anything. I didn't think about making content. I didn't think about getting attention, personally or for music. I just took a complete break. I really didn't know if I would do it again because I was so burnt out from like thinking about what should I post? What type of content should I make? How should I take this part of my life and like try to make money out of it? Or how should I take this hobby and try to turn it into a career? Or like how should I, stay in front of people to get people's attention? I was trying to do that years and years ago, and it wasn't really working. I wasn't really good at it, and it just became exhausting. For a few years, I had gone really strong into making music and releasing music a little bit at a time, and I was much younger then. Looking back on it, it's a little cringy to look back on it, but I was doing a lot of work trying to get my name out there, and it just didn't seem to work. And I think maybe the music missed the mark too. But I hit a certain point where I was tired of just trying things. I was tired of the internet, and I was tired of like just trying to put myself out there so much, and I just was confused. So about 5 years ago, I just cut it all out. I stopped posting about myself and my music, and I just decided to just live, I guess. A lot has happened since then. I've gone through a whole lot of transitions and changes, and I'm much further in my life, I guess. But I think that was necessary for me to take a total step back, and to just live and try and do so much in my actual life, and not think about like the internet. That was so valuable for me. If you're someone who's maybe you're a little bit younger and you're kind of confused and you're like getting wrapped up in all the internet stuff, which is like trying to push you in all kinds of different directions, and everything's about making content out of everything and documenting, which can be great. I love a lot of that. When I was younger, I just needed a total break, so I basically stopped everything. I stopped writing music. I stopped. I moved out of my hometown I moved down to Nashville, with not really a plan at all, which was kind of a crazy thing to do. I removed myself mentally and physically from where I was, and I just totally started fresh, kind of. And I needed that challenge, I guess, to just kick me in the butt and wake me up. Which I recommend also if you're young and you're maybe feeling stuck. Just throw yourself into some really uncomfortable situation, really unsure situation, and just try to make something out of it. If you have some little thread that you can follow. But anyway, I moved away. I moved out of my hometown. I quit everything. I quickly kind of figured things out there. I got a pretty cool job at a premium coffee machine distributor there, which I met some great people and I got a lot of great experience work-wise. And I also started just like writing for fun. Like I brought my acoustic guitar and my recording equipment, started writing just for fun in my apartment. Didn't really put pressure on myself, which I was previously putting a lot of pressure on myself to get music out and just write as much as I could. I just kind of took it easy and let life happen and just started writing, which I think was really good for me. I didn't have any plan. I knew that I would just give myself as much time as I needed. Now, 5 years later, where I finished a full album, I'm about to release it. That's why I'm kind of making this video. But I just let myself live, write music when I could, and just figure things out personally. I only stayed in Nashville for about a year. I ended up, after that, I moved down to Florida to live with my friend. I didn't really move there. I kind of was just staying with him for a while, for like a couple months, so I could just figure things out. I was very much unsure about my future and trying not to worry about it, because I'm someone who likes to have, a backup plan and then a backup plan for that backup plan, and just have things figured out perfectly. And I came to a point where I was so out of it and so like burnt out from everything. I just quit everything. I moved away. I didn't have a job. This is after Nashville, when I moved to Florida. I just needed some time to figure things out. I didn't make any content out of it. I didn't make any videos or long Instagram posts about finding myself. I just did it, and I just met a bunch of people, and I just was living. And just trying to figure things out, I guess. I eventually ended up moving back home, which I guess was the plan all along. When I left home, I was kind of stuck mentally and thinking about who I was, and you kind of get stuck in this feeling of, well, this is just who I am. This is what everyone thinks I am. So you just kind of settle into this person. And I wasn't able to just kind of fully be myself or become who I wanted to be. So I had to go away to get that strong sense of self so I could come back. And then now I don't feel like the same person I was before. I feel like I have a stronger sense of self. I don't have any problem putting myself out there, and I don't have this preconceived idea of what people think I am, so I have to act a certain way. I just totally separated, and when I came back, it was a healthy way for me to kind of reset. That might be kind of extreme. Not everyone needs to do that. But for me, that was the case. I ended up moving back home. I started working again. You got to work. But I started working again. I found my own place, and between evenings, weekends, I started putting a lot more hours into writing and recording right here in this house. And finally, after a few years, I got this thing finished. I have 10 songs. I had it mastered by a studio nearby. And it's ready to go. It was really healthy to not put any expectations on myself, but still continue to just, kind of bust my ass at my project. And then just not think about how I was going to share it until the end. So now I'm trying to figure out, well, how do I want to make content? How do I want to connect with people in a more genuine way by just being myself and putting some cool videos out there, and hopefully it'll resonate with people, for the music or just for, me. I kind of lost my train of thought. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now. I also, a couple of years ago, started my own business. So I'm a coffee roaster. I roast coffee beans. I sell the beans online, and I sell them in stores in town. And I drive around. I do local deliveries too. So that takes up most of my time now. And then I'm also trying to figure out how to market this this album. I guess I got to start doing TikToks too. But I don't have a record label. I don't have anyone helping me. I'm just trying to figure out on my own, trying to see if I can get it off the ground. If it doesn't work, then I gave it my best shot. But I think sometimes you just have to take some time. You just have to stop trying to turn everything into a career or into content to be later you can get paid and get attention for it. I think that's great, in a lot of ways, but sometimes you just need things to be private. You just need to experience things, this might seem a little ooh, but I don't know what the word is, but like you just want to experience things in a pure way. Like, I sound like such an asshole, but like sometimes you just gotta like watch the sunset and not take any pictures, or like, yeah, go to a concert and just like fully immerse in like the what's going on in front of you, and not worry about taking a video. It's kind of the place I was at. I was like extremely. I'm just going to experience life for a few years and not do anything, like not make content out of it. But now here I am trying to make content again about it. But for me at the time, it was a healthy way of just figuring out who I was. I think I repeated myself a whole bunch in that video, but yeah, I took a long time off. I got some new music. It's gonna come out soon. I'm working on editing the videos, and I'm gonna share. I'm gonna be sharing that soon, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That was just kind of a. I don't know if I planned it out very well. It was just a long train of thought. But I might post some more videos like this with things I'm thinking about, and just I'll share some of my music too. And if you're interested, it's gonna be like weird kind of emo country alternative kind of mix. Yeah. I'll see you guys in the next video.